Hello everyone, my name is Mohit and you are watching Cassandra series. In this video, we will see how to create a key space. And after the key space, you will see how to create a table. And we will discuss what is the primary key, what is the partition key, what is the clustering key, and order by. So now let's start the Cassandra. So this is a folder where we have all the packages. So I'm going to start my SQL. So my server is already running. So just type the command bin SQL SQL. So now I can see it is connected successfully. If it is giving some error like connection error 127.00 error. So first start bin Cassandra. After starting the server, then start the bin SQL. Okay, so here if you want to check what are how many key spaces you have, so you can use describe key spaces plural. So these are the key spaces. So I'm making a new key space. Okay, if you want to describe old key space, describe key space. Now this time key space, not key spaces. Key space and like vehicle tracker. So in that key space, this I have this table, activity and popular count, this one. And its strategies class simple strategy replication factor 1 and durable right true. Now I'm going to create a simple uh, key space with simple strategy. So first of all, uh, write a command create. Okay, before jumping to that, we have let's type the help. When you type help, it is showing all the commands. Okay, like drop aggregate, create user, create table. So if you want to know, if you want to check the syntax of any command or you want help of related to anything, just type help. Right. Now I can see it has the documentation, how to use a date, what is the syntax. So already built in help. No need to go internet for the help. Okay. So now I'm going to create a create key space. So if you want to take the help, just type help and create key space. This one. Wait for a few seconds. Yes. So this is the uh, syntax with replication factor, simple strategy, network topology. Okay. Lot of stuff here present here. So I'm creating the key space. Create key space. I'm making the wisdom. That's my favorite name. With okay, so now just type wi and press tab, so you will get this stuff with replication factor because this is already fixed. So that's why it automatically assume that you are going to add the with replication equal to class and then give the your strategy like simple, just type s and press tab, simple strategy. Then in the codes replication factor, just press the tab and one and then close. So no error, no news means good news, means we have created a new key space, that is the wisdom. If we use the old command that describe, yes, this is our wisdom. So in order to use wisdom. So now you can see its prompt is different now. It's using the wisdom as a prompt. So now here you can create the tables. Now let's check the data type offered by the Cassandra. So I have a document here, data type from its official website, Apache Cassandra. So many data types are present, like a big int, below, boolean, counter, date. Um, so much data types are there, but we mostly use text, integer, and date. And for date, we use timestamp. Okay, very difficult to remember all the data types here. Okay, I'm closing this document. So let's create a table. So I'm going to create a table. Create a table. This command create table, and then name. So consider I'm creating the restaurant. So I'm using the restaurant, no, not restaurant. Just saying any food center. Okay, food center or food corner. Okay, and then its name like name. So it will be in text. So I'm text using text here. So you can press enter here. Okay, because it is very difficult sometime to write everything in just in one line. So you can type here text and city text, again enter, state text, and then country. For country we can use country code, and that's enough. So I'm using text again. Okay, primary key. So here you can define primary key, or you can define primary key here also, means city text then primary key, then this text, the city, or you can say name, or you can say state will act as a primary key. But now here I need to create some, but here I can also create primary key as a separate, like primary key name, and then close, then done. So this syntax has some benefit. What I can use multiple columns here. Consider if I want to create a timestamp with the name, so I can use named comma timestamp. If I want to use city then state, sorry, name with state, so I can use name and then comma state. Okay, so here no news means good news. So we have created the table. So you want to check, so you can describe the key space again, not an issue. So use here, so describe. So if I use table food, let's check, can we do that? Center. Yes, we can do that. Yes, so here this is a table, create table food in this, or in the wisdom there is a food center, and this stuff we have written, and this is already this is done by the Cassandra internally. Okay. Okay, so in this way we can create a table. So now we have used only the one primary key. So there's a concept called primary key and partition key, and then cluster key. So we can also give the cluster key the if here you can say in the previous syntax name, I have used name as a primary key. So this name serves as primary key as well as partition key. Okay, so partition, I will let you know what is the meaning of partition. So first, let's see if I create a same table by using the multiple keys. Multiple, like you can say, it's a composite primary key, name, then city, then state. Okay, name, city, and state in one country. So this is a primary key, name, city, and state. Yes, I can create it. Okay, okay, this table is already exists, so I'm just dropping the table again. Drop table food center. Okay, this is in this way we can draw the table, and I'm creating again. Okay, now I am able to create the table. So you can see here name, city, and state. If I check it again, so primary key name city none, and here automatically added with clustering city ASC and state ASC. ASC means ascending order, means name. This is a completely a primary key, but first key, this name is acting as primary. Sorry, the first this name acting as a partition key. This city and state are acting as clustering key. So clustering means how arranging, ascending or sorting order, ascending or descending order. You can manually mention it by clustering order by city DSC means descending order and state ASC order or anything ASC DSC depend upon you. So now question is people know very well what is primary key. Okay, uniquely identify which uniquely identify a row. Okay, so same concept of the RDB mess, but what is a partition key here? This name. What is the meaning of partition key and what is significant for searching? Considering, so partition key is responsible for distributing data among nodes. A partition key is same as primary key when the primary key consists of a single column. But here our primary key uh, comprises three columns. So first key serves as the partition key. Partition keys belong to a node. Cassandra is organized into clusters of nodes, with each node having an equal part of partition key hashes. So I'm making a new diagram here. Consider this imaginary diagram. So I'm creating a one circle. Okay, in that circle, I am making one more circle here. Okay, not circle, just cutting this from this portion, not working. Okay, so consider here I have the one node, node 1, and here node 2. This is not working properly, so I'm omitting it. And okay, so consider I have node 1, node 2, clockwise direction 3 and 4. So here the separation from I'm using this color. Consider here the partition 75 to 99, and here I can say 0 to 24, and here 25 to 49, and here 50 to 74. And these are the node. Node contain the partition from 75 to 99, and node 1 contain the partition from 1 to 24. So node 1 is responsible for the partition key hash values 1 to 24, and node 2 is responsible for the partition key hash value 24 to 49, and so on. So consider the replication factor of this diagram is 3. Okay, so consider I want to insert the data with a partition key value 23. So 23 comes under the node 1. Okay, so it first return to the node 1, and then because it has the replication factor 3, then the data will get returned to the node 2, node 3, and then node 4. Okay. So consider a new partition key with partition key is 88. Just imagine to 88 here lies here, and data will get returned to node 4, then replicated to node 1 in the clockwise, then node 2, so on. Okay, so means replication factor 3 means replicate the data to 3 nodes. Okay, depending upon the partition key, it will get the first node. So for 23, node 1, for 88, node 4. Okay, so this in this way partition key works. So this is the need of partition key, and without using partition key and index, so we are not talking about the index. So without partition key, we cannot search anything in the Cassandra table. So now let's talk about the clustering key. So as I already told you that in the table, when I created a table, this name is a partition key, and this complete row, or you can say complete tuple, is a primary key. This name is a partition key, and this city and state are acting as clustering key. Okay, if we are using just only one key like name as we did previously, so name was the primary key as well as partition key, with no clustering key, no clustering key. So consider, let's take the example, what is the need for partition key for searching, or you can say for retrieval of data. So I have already made one table in the vehicle key space. So show describe the key spaces. So I'm using the vehicle vehicle tracker. So show tables. This is not a command actually. I know this table name is select star from activity. So this is my table name. Okay, so this is data I have already inserted in the table name. Okay, if I check the if I want to check the table structure, or you can say schema, okay, but there is no schema. Describe activity. Okay, so home ID text, date time timestamp, code use text, event text, primary key, you can say home ID and date time. Here this is completely a primary key, but this home ID is a partition key, and date time is the clustering key. Okay, here you can see I have already one created the index on the code used. So I have created already one index. Okay, so code use, so I can search the column based upon the home ID and code use. So I'm not going to talk about any secondary index or primary index. So just think about the code use, date time, and other data type. So if I check limit to, yes, so we can use also limit to limit thing here. Consider I want to search all the data which is related to home ID. So simple like SQL query, select star from activity where home ID equal to this one in the quotes, because as it is a text. So I'm getting all the data related to this home ID, or I'm able to search. You can say I'm able to search the data table. So consider if I use date time. Let's see, can we use date time to search? So here date time greater than, I'm taking just this date, less than, I'm taking less than from this one, single quotes. uh, Invalid request error from a server code, something something invalid query. Cannot execute this query as it might involve data filtering and blah blah thing, means it means that this is not allowed. Okay, at least the partition key must be present. So in order to search the data. So consider, okay, let's see if I'm adding here uh, partition key home ID equal to in the brackets this one. If I take this one, okay, sorry, it's I forget to use and yes. So less column here to here, but successfully searching the data. Okay, so consider if I try to use event, consider I want to search all alarm set where event, which is not a key, not neither primary key, not a part of primary key or clustering key or partition key. I cannot search. So in order to search, the primary key must be present. Okay, if I'm not using an index, then primary key must be present at minimum. Okay, so this is sorry. In order to search, the partition key must be present. Minimum partition key must be present in order to search. Otherwise, we need to make an index. Okay, next thing, consider I want to create the order by. So I'm dropping the I'm using the my use I'm using my old key space use wisdom. Okay, wisdom, and then table name is was the uh, food center. So select drop so I can search the query from the previous commands. Yes, so this one food center, old commands of food center. Yes, this one. So I'm dropping the table, drop food center. Okay, so mistake, drop table, drop done. So I'm creating the food center command again, food center again, just pressing the upper up button. Okay, so here you can see primary key, name, city and state. Here I can mention uh, here I can mention with clustering. Spelling is okay, yes, TRING. Order by, let's say name is already done, so city ASC and state DSC. Or I can write first state DSC and then city ASC. That would be better. City ASC means first arrange the states in the decreasing order, okay, and then arrange the city within the state ascending order. Okay, something is missing. Let's see what I missed here. Cluster, yeah, one more bracket. Oh, not here. One bracket completed here, one here. Okay, got it. Not here, but here. City must appear before state. Okay, okay. City must appear before state. So as I have created city first, then state first, so it should be the city first. That's a mistake. So here I have created actually city first. That's why city first and state DSC. Okay, now I'm getting done. So error sometime necessary to learn the things. Okay, Otherwise, we cannot learn the complete thing. So here we saw the error. City must appear before the state because of their order. Okay. So in this way, you can create the clustering key and order by. I hope you have learned something new in Cassandra. So if you found this video very useful, please subscribe the channel and share the video. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye bye.